Hey, what's going on, Solar family? It's James here. Hopefully you're doing amazing. But before I dive into it, make sure that you schedule your free solar strategy call. There's gonna be a link somewhere around this video, or there's gonna be a pop-up. Click that and book your solar strategy call. And I'd love to dive in deeper with you, whether that's sales and marketing or whatnot. So in this video, I'm gonna be going over how much money do you really need to live an amazing life, and can you actually live an amazing life, as a solar sales consultant, right, in this industry? And there's a huge misconception, I think, to having a really good life. And obviously, right, everybody has their own definition of a happy life or whatnot, right? But at the end of the day, we all still need money, right? Money is going to be a big factor, right, on how we live our life, the types of things that we buy, the food that we eat, the things that we want to contribute to, right? Because at the end of the day, if you want to make a bigger impact, say with your church or with organization and donations and contributions, the only way to do that is make a lot of money, right? And if you want to give it all away, that's all your business, right? But at the end of the day, you can't be poor and expect to make a big impact and help, your church or environment or people around you if you're also poor, right? So let's just get that out of the way, right? And I honestly feel that the solar industry is a vehicle for you to live a really, really good life. So for example, right, I'm just gonna break down like some of the expenses to having a good life, right? And obviously this is more materialistic things, right? And you can have a good life minus these things. And keep in mind, some of the numbers I'm going to show you a little bit inflated because I'm out here in California, and obviously you could probably do with less or whatnot. But let's start with a house, right? A house will probably cost you about, say, $6,000 a month. And that's a pretty good, decent sized house, right? A car, cars actually, that would probably range from like, $3,000 a month or whatnot, right? And keep in mind, I'm talking extravagant here, right? You're living in a really nice house, you're driving really nice cars. And the reason why I'm doing this, I want to show you that you don't really need a lot of sales in this industry to have an amazing life. Right? Back in the day, before the internet or before the solar industry, you had to go to school so you can get an education, so you can get a good job, so you can live a pretty good life, right? A pretty good lifestyle. But things change, right? Especially in the solar industry. So for example, as well, if you want to put your kids in private school, that's probably going to be like, I don't know, another $3,000, right? And like I said, some of these are inflated. These aren't actual numbers. It's just a guesstimate. As far as like food expenses, groceries, eating out, let's give you another like $3,000 for that. Maybe donations. Let's give you maybe $2,000 for that. So basically this is like donating to your church, organization, nonprofit or whatnot. And maybe let's give you a miscellaneous of another, say $2,000, right? That's basically like paying for your cell phone, some clothes, some extra things that you would need during the month. And keep in mind, that's $2,000, right? So let's add this all up. That's 6, that's 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. So basically that's a grand total of $19,000, right? That's your overhead every single month. And keep in mind that I'm not saying that you need all this to have a beautiful, happy life, right? But at the end of the day, I wouldn't mind having these kind of things, right? But what I want to do is to give you a direct correlation, show you that you don't need $1 bajillion to really have a good life, that you can enjoy life with your kids and buy things that they want and take vacation. And the great thing is you don't have to put in so many hours in the solar industry, right? You're not trading your time for dollars. I mean, you are somewhat, but at least that you're getting paid top dollar for your time, right? You're not spending 8 hours in the office or whatnot, right? You're spending probably a couple hours a day to make a significant amount of income. So $19,000 is your overhead. And keep in mind, that's pretty extravagant, right? Even the guys and gals out here in California, that's a pretty good life, right? If that's a pretty good life, just comment below and just say that's amazing life, right? Just comment that. I would love to hear you, engage with you. So the question now is, how do I pay for this kind of lifestyle, right? How many do I need to sell to make $19,000? Because if you're working a traditional job, maybe a desk job, you're IT, and even possibly engineer, you have to work a lot to make $19,000, right? So that's almost $240,000, over $200,000 a year. And a lot of guys and gals don't even make that much, right? And if they are, they're putting in so many hours out of their day to trade their time for dollars, right? And it's not worth it. If I had to trade all my time to make this kind of money, to live this kind of lifestyle, forget it, right? I'll just downgrade, right? But the great thing, like I said, in the solar industry, you can still live this kind of lifestyle and you're not trading a lot of your time for dollars, right? So basically, enable for you to make $19,000. And keep in mind, this is an example. If your average commission is, say, $5,000, or it could even be $4,000. The only deals that you need to make are about $4,000, right? You need to close and install 4 systems every single month at $5,000 to live this kind of lifestyle. And I'm pretty sure if you're in sales, or maybe you're looking into sales, that's not a lot of sales, right? That's not a lot. I'm not telling you that you would have to, sell, 50, 60 jobs and spend, 60, 70 hours a week to get this kind of income to pay your overhead. Right? So as you can see, it's doable in the solar industry. You don't need to be, a multi-bajillionaire to live an amazing life, because there's that misconception that, you need to make $100,000 a month, $1 million a month. You got to be, like rolling in and flying in jets and rolling in Bentleys. And you probably can here, right? With this kind of income, if you manage it correctly. But the thing is, you don't need to make a lot of sales. That's what I'm trying to tell you, right? And it's achievable in this industry. It's not like it's a far-fetched dream that it's impossible to make this kind of income. And obviously, I'm not guaranteeing you any income, right? I don't know you personally, and there's no guarantees that you make anything in the solar industry. Obviously, you have to put in the work. If you want to put in the work and you're ready to put in the work, reach out to me. I would love to share with you how you can make this type of income, and also how you can get trained from the top solar closer in the nation. And guess what? Who that is. I'm kidding. But I would love to train you and teach you on how to, first and foremost, get in the industry and start working your way to this type of income, right? Other than that, hopefully you guys got some value from this. Before you take off, make sure you click subscribe and click the bell notifications to get all my updated videos as it comes out. And also make sure that you schedule a free solar strategy call with me directly. And I would love to talk to you about, these things that I mentioned today, or maybe you have questions as far as sales and marketing. I would love to help as much as I can. Other than that, have an amazing day. Peace.